This is Crime Cruise, Love Boat Exposed.
Saturday on the Love Boat.
The podcast that hunts down and tears apart shenanigans on this classic TV show.
I see an awful lot of bodies who really have nothing to be ashamed of.
When laws, morals, and behavior go rogue.
She's a student of marine biology, and I know a lot of Marines who like to study her biology.
We are there.
Saturday on the Love Boat, Julie's game to join an all-male club, but she's shocked at the things they ask her to do.
Now, from Studio 109, welcome aboard.
I think it's time you and I got to know each other better. A man is very lonely at sea.
I can imagine.
We're trying to figure it out. Julie is asked to join an all-male club, but she's shocked at the things they ask her to do. This is Crime Cruise Love Boat Exposed.
High season, low morals.
I am Rob. This is Charlotte. Producer Caleb's out west, but he is in a little box in front of us with a microphone. And in some ways, I view him as the voice of God.
Wow. You're omnipresent now?
Put me on a pedestal.
Is that what's happening? Okay.
In this sense, that producer Caleb gets these episodes of The Love Boat. He goes through them with a fine-tooth comb. He watches them. The things that bug him, that rile him up.
Rile him up, which is tough to do for an Australian, I think.
Yeah.
I think you have to do a lot of shit. There's some kangaroo bouncing around.
I have to really stretch myself out and
oh, God.
put myself in a headspace that is not like my own. Mm-hmm. Just because of how laid back us Aussies are.
That's right. Grab your Fosters and your kangaroo, you're good.
What is it called back in grade school when you get to be like a hall monitor?
Yep.
He's like the hall monitor of The Love Boat.
He is.
And he pulls the clips that are questionable and he brings them to us. Then
He's
as a committee,
responsible for all of it.
He's responsible for every bit of it from step one, and then he brings it to step two with us where we dissect these clips. We say the things that others may not say. We're not afraid to say them.
I'm not afraid to say anything.
I bring these clips on a golden platter for you to
I'll appreciate it, Caleb, all your efforts.
Again.
I like a golden platter. I prefer that over a silver one any day, so thank you.
Of course. We have our high standards here.
Yeah.
We are at the end of season 2.
I know, which is crazy.
What we have here for our listening and viewing folk is 2 episodes, 2 of the last episodes of season 2. So this will cap off Love Boat season 2. Oh, producer Caleb, but it looks like we're in the spring of 1979 is when these shows aired, and it was a different time.
I don't remember back in the day, but I know now the big deal is like a cliffhanger. Do we have a cliffhanger in this Love Boat?
No.
Okay.
We do not.
Because I'm always curious. I don't feel like we've had one. And I feel like that's a big thing that people do these days is it's always like they end an episode on what is going to happen in 4 months. Yeah. And I don't feel like that ever happens here.
Start of this season.
Okay.
With like the Castaway. So we might see an episode in season 3, episode 1, another cliffhanger. Maybe that's what they've been doing. I don't know. We just have to find out.
Okay. I'm just bringing up things about the show that like I don't really see in shows of today. And I'm just curious if it's just because of the generational gap between the 70s to where we are now. Like people just want to keep people fiending for more and it wasn't so much the same back then. Like maybe they just assumed people would come back. There wasn't that much competition, right?
Perhaps they didn't know if they'd be back.
That's true.
And lastly, I wonder if they'll come up with any summary of feelings from the writer's room, of things they want the characters to do or say that they missed the entire previous part of the season. They have their chance in these episodes right here. We're combining 2 episodes. These are the end episodes of season 2. Let's see if there's anything different, like things they wanted to get to.
Rob, you might know more about this because you're more in the business than Caleb or myself, but did companies or studios not know as in advance as they do today if a show was going to be picked up again or not? So they had to always end it on like a tied up bow present because they didn't know if they were coming back?
I think you nailed it. These days, there's a whole lot more that goes into the analytics where they'll still make one of 2 strong choices, any show that's not sure but hoping. And one is just to still create that kind of cliffhanger
that makes a lot of sense.
Where no one ever knows the end.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it just leaves the door open for, a movie wrap up. They did that like on Deadwood and a couple of other shows. Dexter.
Yeah.
We know they brought back 10
sure
years
did.
later an entire season, which kind of sucked. And I really loved Dexter.
I love the original Dexter, not so much the reboot.
Yeah.
I have to
good. It wasn't
admit that.
just me.
Yeah,
Watch
because I love Dexter.
Yeah, he's good.
And the original was great.
It was great.
Yeah.
Producer Caleb, have you watched Dexter?
I've seen a couple episodes here and there, but not a lot. It's been a while.
Okay. That's fair. I like your honest answers. You didn't
I
try to
appreciate
bullshit
honest
us.
answers,
Thank you.
yeah.
What we're looking at in the first frame of
I see
this,
Julie hugging a girl like she's all about it.
and Gopher's there hanging with Julie again. The two of them are sibling like it
Yep.
seems these days.
I do feel like they have a sibling relationship,
so.
don't you think?
I do. It never feels
Yeah.
like there's any kind of innuendo.
No, there is no sexual tension between the two of them,
None.
period.
None.
Is this a Ross and Rachel situation? I need to know.
Maybe. Here we go.
Welcome. I've been. Oh no, well, not so fast.
Wait a minute. Where did you learn sign language?
Oh, I used to do some volunteer work at Sarah's school. And all the kids always said that I had 2 left hands.
Well, Julie, why don't you introduce me to your friend? Tell her that the two of us could make beautiful music.
Oh,
together.
God. Music she can't hear, but we'll make it together.
Oh, what a pun I missed. Thank you. Music. Okay, we've broached a topic here.
And is Julie actually signing? Or I wonder if Julie even knows what she's saying.
Great question. Who knows? It looked a little sloppy.
It was 100%
like she was making it up,
sloppy.
but
it looked like she was throwing up some gang signs. I'm just saying.
I bet they must have told her, here, learn these couple of things, and she just did them in a sloppy way. I have no idea, though. Producer Caleb, your thoughts on that first scene. Why'd you pull it, and can you tell us what you're thinking here?
When I first pulled this clip, I was nervous. I always get nervous when they show a character that has some form of disability because we all know that will go there with their writing. So initially I was nervous with just what they have in store for this deaf character. But opening scene, Gopher just goes out with a bang.
With a bang.
Yeah, wants to go out with a bang. Yeah, I'm sure, but
A bang she won't hear. But
Let's see if he takes advantage of that certain vulnerability. Hopefully not.
you know what? I've always thought of Gopher as like the nice dude on the ship. I really, even though he can get a little bit nutty sometimes, he's like the innocent brother is how I've always viewed him. But now this may change my perception a little
Hey,
bit.
I'm going to tell you two of my favorite
shit.
Gopher.
Oh, God.
Two of my favorite Gopher moments from season 2. One is when he got knocked out by the palm tree on the island. I think it was episode 2 of season 2. And he just started saying nonsense, and some of it was highly sexualized. And then there was the time when he was dressing like Napoleon.
I feel like they're using him as like comic relief. As like the old dudes in the Muppets that sit in the opera box.
Remember, he
is what
had
I
the
feel like he
glasses
is.
with the nose,
Yep,
too?
100%.
Yeah, it's like
He's
the
like
Scraps.
the chorus in like a Shakespeare play.
Mhm.
He's like comic relief. I don't even know how.
Bricker?
It's the lady and Adam Bricker, Doc.
Oh, Doc, it's so good to see you. Oh, mwah.
Kiss on the lips.
Mitzi! Oh, how long has it been? Mitzi, what are you doing here?
I'm on my honeymoon.
Honeymoon?
Okay,
have
she's on
issues.
her honeymoon and just literally went up and kissed the doc
On the lips.
on the lips.
on the list.
I am not even allowed to hug other dudes in my relationship, just saying. So if I did, that's crazy talk.
What are we looking at, producer? Caleb?
What is going on?
I don't remember if it's in the next scene or not, but if it is, I'm just going to spoil it. That is, I'm pretty sure his ex-wife.
Of course it is. How many has he had? He has as many as Trump. How
4 or
many
5.
ex-wives does this have?
4 or 5.
He's had 5, right? And that's
Oh,
that's
God.
established because you're my 6th, like my 5th ex-wife or whatever. I'm pretty sure. What other episode is confirming 5 ex-wives?
Okay, I've said this before and I will say it again on this show. Dudes, literally okay if you just date somebody. You don't have to marry every freaking bitch you meet. It's crazy.
I also noticed in this scene, the doc had no idea who the hell this chick was until after she kissed him on the lips.
So we don't really know what's going to happen here. What would this plot line actually reveal later on?
If Adam Bricker can't remember who he's marrying in international waters on cruise ships, and he is also not suitable to be a doctor.
But it may be like new sex for him if he doesn't remember her.
What is that actually how it works?
I don't know.
I know that your list doesn't get larger if you repeat partners, which I've done multiple times, so my number doesn't get higher.
Right.
But what you're saying, I don't know.
All right, I'm pressing play, guys. It's her again.
Oh, Vinny. I can't believe you
I
really
see
here.
side boob.
Oh, this is super. It's so so romantic.
What are you doing, honey? Cool. There's people around.
We're on our honeymoon.
You can think of it as a honeymoon if you want it, but I gotta tell you something. After living together for 2.5 years, I think of it as a trip.
Are you ashamed of me or something?
First of all, he should not be ashamed of her because she is 45 times hotter than you are.
Yes.
One.
Yes.
Two.
Very revealing one-piece bathing
But
suit.
still, she's hot and he's not.
She is hot. I changed my mind after that first scene where you just saw her hairdo as an
Yeah,
old
but like
lady.
what? After 2.5 years of living with you.
Smart ass. God.
What? Now that we're not living together and we're married, I'm taking half of your shit. That's what I'd say. I mean, I'm just telling
found
you
out
right now.
something about this guy, this character. Vinny, whose name is Charlie Callis, was the voice of Elliot in Pete's Dragon.
Oh.
He was a big comedian in the 60s. He was on Laugh-In, if I
Look,
recall correctly.
I'm not trying to attack his character. I'm just attacking the character that he's currently playing.
Well,
I don't know
he
anything
made us
about
hate him. He made us hate him.
And
So good for
now, you know what? And that's a sign of a good actor. Don't like him.
They say that, yeah.
And that is what, because I don't like Elizabeth Moss because she doesn't want me to. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of actors and actresses I do not like because that's their job.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a sign of good acting right there.
Ton of good acting. If I do not like you in the first 3 minutes, you're doing your job.
And sometimes when you really hate someone so badly, you can't even like the real person playing it. Kudos to them. They even go further.
They freaking delivered. Yeah. But I do not like this man.
Where does this sucker go? Let's see, guys.
I hope he goes off the boat.
We just slash his throat and get on with our vacation.
Frankly, sweetheart, I'm bored stiff with slashing throat. Millie, how can you say that?
Fly board with murder.
Murder's our living. I mean, without it, you wouldn't have that beautiful
Isaac's
down
overhearing
road.
this.
All the Rolls Royce, all the estate.
Isaac's concerned.
Now, come on, let's get on with that captain business quickly. Then you can start the vacation.
All right. Oh, look.
What?
Here's something. The captain is officiating at skeet shooting.
Well,
We could make it look like an accident.
Yes.
Wow. Lots of thoughts. Producer Caleb, you start.
I don't think I should.
Okay. You know something we don't. What's happening?
What do you-
Charlotte?
I don't know anything, but I can
Right.
tell you.
Give us your thoughts, what we saw, in case any visuals. I guess the audience heard what was going on.
First of all, I do think this is probably going to be like a misappropriation of understanding, and like Isaac probably didn't hear what he actually heard. But what I heard is I heard two murderers talking about how this is how they make their living, which I also watch a lot of on TV. Was that Leslie Nielsen? No. Who was that guy?
No, I don't
Why did
know
he
who
have
he
all
was.
those brows?
He had a lot of eyebrow working. Don't know who he is. Oh, wait, Peter
Lawford.
That's
Really? That Peter Lawford?
Let's
Peter
stop for a
Lawford?
second. Peter Lawford, one of the fourth of the Rat Pack. when
Yes.
there was a fourth. The Rat Pack being Sammy Davis Jr.,
Yes.
Dean Martin, and Frank Sinatra.
And then Peter Lawford.
you know why they
yes.
hung out with Peter Lawford?
He was married to the what was
one of
he-
the Kennedys. He was
Yes,
married into
I'm
the
looking this
Kennedy
all up right now.
family.
This is all
that
coming
was
back
Peter
to me.
Lawford, was
yes,
it now?
he was married to a Kennedy.
So he is the man with the bushy eyebrows. Wow. Jill St. John, by the way, was in every TV series in the 70s. Okay, I'm guessing they write murder mysteries or some shit.
Of course they do.
Yeah, right. I'm stating the obvious.
Oh, Patricia Kennedy was his wife. Marilyn Monroe was also involved with Lawford.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He was involved with all of them.
Everybody.
Who was-
She was a badass bitch.
Was Patricia Kennedy a sister
I
to
am
Bobby
looking
and Jack?
Yeah, she was JFK's sister.
Okay, JFK
There were a
sister.
lot of Kennedys.
There's a ton of them.
Under the
They all have brain issues. They either get shot or have worms or something happens to them.
or lobotomies.
Or lobotomies too.
Mother.
Yes, you're right. I forgot about that with the daughter.
The father,
Damn.
Joseph
Keep your
Kennedy.
brain away from a Kennedy is all I'm saying.
Not good lineage ultimately.
No, absolutely not.
All right, guys. I'm going to roll it.
What do you say you and I go into the Acapulco Lounge and boogie the
Gopher
night
and a
away?
lady.
Court, you gotta help me.
She needs my help more than you do.
Smiths. Poison
Oh.
sugar cubes.
What?
They put a poison in the captain. Mrs. Smith took the sugar. The captain's life is in danger.
Okay, here's what we'll do. You stick close to the captain. Don't let him out of your sight. First sign of trouble, you call me.
Okay, I'll be in the bar pretending to work.
Okay, I'll be with Joanne pretending to boogie.
Wow.
Okay, there's a few things I'd like to say only because the redhead is involved. One, I do not appreciate how redheads are always in movies, TV shows as the female femme fatale. And that is why he's hooking up with her and he can't get away from her. We are badass. However, second, that bitch had brown eyes. You do not trust a redhead with brown eyes. Period. End of discussion.
Supposed to have green.
I have blue. Yeah.
We're okay.
Yeah. I don't know what Gopher's getting himself into, but sounds like he really doesn't care what Isaac
He was
has
drunk.
to say.
He was at least trying to play drunk.
But does Isaac actually know that the captain's life is in danger, or is he just going off the murdering thing?
Oh, he knows from what he heard.
Okay. Look, if the captain gets murdered and someone else gets put in his place, we could have a whole new Love Boat next season.
Yeah, I want the captain.
I know you like Steven.
Gopher,
Bye-bye.
you're fired.
You're fired.
A man gets very lonely at sea.
Women do too.
What'd you have to drag me away from the card game for? I was just breaking even.
It's the Doc's ex.
Maybe we could dance.
I don't feel like it. You bet I'll catch up with you
Divorce him.
Jill St. John goes back to the dock at the bar.
Anything I can do?
Here I am on a romantic ship in the middle of a beautiful ocean. Doc, a girl wants a little love and affection in her life. Why can't Vinny feel for me what I feel for him?
Hey, eyes as lovely as yours shouldn't be clouded with tears.
Say the nicest things.
Only to the nicest people.
Okay, guys, hold it for a second. We're going to talk about what we just saw.
We'll be right back with more Love Boat Exposed. Go to loveboatexposed.com to send us a message, leave a voicemail, or learn more about the show and our team. Who knows? You might just be invited to the captain's table.
It's a pleasure to welcome you aboard. I'm speaking for my entire crew.
Charlotte, what did we just see?
What we just saw was my girl, the redhead, trying to seduce the Doc and telling her that she needs a little love and affection, which makes me question why she married the motherfucker in the first place. Why did she marry some guy who was not going to give her the attention and love and affection that she wants? She knows what she's doing, which also makes me kind of wonder, Caleb, if she went on this cruise on purpose, knowing that her ex-boyfriend, ex-husband, the Doc, was going to be there. Because why else would you do that? If I was on a honeymoon, I would never. If I even knew that my boyfriend worked on a safari in Nigeria, I would not go on a safari hunt in Nigeria for my honeymoon.
And the very ship that the Doc is on.
Just to prepare myself. So I don't understand why she even went on the boat.
To not confuse the audience, you said you're redhead. This is she's a redhead as well. We have
but
two
she
redheads.
has blue eyes. This one has blue eyes. I like her a little bit more.
We have we've stacked it with two redheads this episode.
Yeah. We got three for sound one right here.
So
Fit out redhead corridor.
That's two more than normal for the population.
Yeah.
Just saying.
your thoughts about Doc, producer Caleb, in this situation?
I've interpreted the scene differently than you, Charlotte.
Oh, really?
I saw her because maybe it's because I watched the full episode and you guys are just seeing clips, but from what I remember, she actually really likes this Vinny guy or whatever his name was, and she really wants us to work. There's a reason they got married, and then Vinny just keeps giving her the cold shoulder. I want to go gamble. I want to do this. I want to just spend time away from you on our honeymoon. And so she goes to Doc for some just comfort because I'm heartbroken. And instead of the Doc being like, I'm here for you, he just tries to slide in.
Yeah.
He just goes, well, back to my routine.
Let me be
trying to
Doc.
sleep with my ex.
He's already hit it. He knows what's going on.
I feel like she doesn't want to sleep with Doc. I feel like she's just Doc. I just need someone to support me right now. I'm heartbroken.
I hear you, but I don't even
oh,
feel like her husband wants to
I'll-
sleep with her. So I think she needs to do some actual come to Jesus moments and have some conversations with herself.
But the third person in this equation, the Doc does want to sleep with her.
Of course, Doc wants to sleep with
He's
everybody.
making his move there.
He'll sleep with the freaking rat
I'll go
in
sleep
the
with
freaking stowaway bunker. He don't give a
Where does it go?
Sorry I'm late, honey. I got hung up on a table, so
Oh, good girl.
What are you doing?
Leaving you.
To go where? You on a cruise
Leaving
ship?
me? What, are you going to swim home to your mother?
Very funny, Vinny, but I'm going.
What are you talking about? You never cut out on me before.
I'm tired of being taken for granted. I want some affection, intimacy. Things you obviously won't give me.
Where are you going?
To Doc's.
Whoa.
I was just about to say, props to the bitch that starts packing her suitcase while on a cruise ship, because I'm not sure where you're going. But I appreciate the effort. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate the entire drama of it all. Pack all your stuff up. But I really, this is the whole thing that bugs me about being a female, is that guys always want to bitch about how their wives don't love them, don't want to screw them as soon as they get married, blah, blah, blah. But we see this same situation play out continuously on this show and in real life when it's the men who don't give their women the affection that they want.
And she's so much hotter than him.
100. She is Giselle Bundchen compared to Steve Buscemi in this situation.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
Ouch, Steve.
And I'm a fan of Steve Buscemi, but he is not a looker. This girl could literally go on the cruise and pick up and bang out every 20-year-old dude she wanted to. And I hope she does.
And
take some of the money for half he's worth.
A note that Doc always has an open door policy for women that are in fights.
He always has women over, staying over.
I got 3 I could think of instantly. One is Charo. He has a place. The nurse. Okay. Gosh, remember he got punched right in the face by that one dude?
Yeah, and then he tried to perform surgery in one of his rooms in his office. Yeah.
Yes. That one where he got punched in the face after the woman had a fight with the husband is very similar to this plot line.
Yes.
It's almost the same exact plot line once again.
Because you can't. How many plot lines are you going to have with someone like the doc?
out.
Except that he's a chauvinist, misogynistic, thinks that he's the world, and wears socks up to his knees.
You know what, though? He's there for the ladies.
If I was in this situation and this woman was like, I'm going to go back to my ex-husband, who, by the way, sleeps with every woman, everything that moves, I would step up into gear and I would beat his ass. I would be like, I am going to be the most perfect husband for you, just like that.
100% thank you, Caleb, with a C. That's how they react right there.
That's it, Marty. I work like this or I don't work at all.
Sonny,
oh, come on,
Sonny
Deacon.
Bono.
Bill. Look, what makes you think you can make it like that? My song for Sarah this afternoon and she loved it.
Could I ask you a question,
Phil, how many records do deaf people buy?
Probably a lot, you motherfucker. Like, how did he make that decision?
Wow. That was Sonny Bono. And
How
Artie
many
Johnson.
deaf people have made music? Beethoven. Steve Wonder can't see. He can hear. But Beethoven couldn't hear shit. Right?
Give you some context. He is, I don't even know, like Kiss fusion with, what's the guy that sings Crazy Train?
Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy Osbourne. That's like, he's like a fusion with Chris and Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah, that's just genre. But he wants to change his appearance and he wants to be more of like just like a pop singer. But that guy who was like, how many deaf people have bought albums? That's like his manager. Oh, okay. So Sonny is like the entertainment for this week. And he meets the deaf chick and she's really cute. And so he played her like a song on the piano and she felt the vibrations. And that's why he was like, I played her my song and she liked it because she felt the vibrations. So
funny story. I have a friend named Sean Combs. Not that Sean Combs. He's a white dude. But he lives in California. And when we lived in LA together, he dated a deaf stripper. And he said she could feel the vibrations as she danced on the floor, and that's how she knew what to do.
Wow.
Just saying, deafness and vibrations is a real thing.
Ooh, yeah. Get your mind out of the gutter, producer
No, he's
Caleb.
not going to. He's looking up deaf strippers right now on OnlyFans.
And vibrations, too. A couple notes on that scene. That was Sonny Bono, who, of course, was
Sonny
and
Bono.
Cher, married to Cher, a politician towards the end of his life, mayor of Palm Springs, and died in a skiing accident.
Sure did.
And he was talking to Artie Johnson, who was another comedian from back in the day and probably most notable, Laugh-In. So, producer Caleb, here's the last question I have for you regarding this scene and something you just mentioned. So you said Sonny Bono is a musician who's like an Ozzy Osbourne type.
Which is hilarious.
Have you included any clip of him performing?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Acapulco Lounge. I'm here to introduce a superstar. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is. The demented, the dangerous, the disgusting Deacon Dark!
Smash it! Smash it! Hit it with a hammer and crash it! Bash it! Slash it! Hit it with a hammer and crash it!
Sonny Bono dressed like Kiss. Imagine that. He's performing, I think he was performing on the Lido deck or something, shit like that. All right, guys. There's not a lot left.
Let's figure it out.
Now, you loved each other enough to get married. Now, why don't you give it a chance? Come on, Vinny. Tell her how you feel. Doesn't have to be special or fancy. Just has to be you.
Let's try it.
You're like filling an inside straight.
And you know something else? Without you, I'd croak.
Oh, Vinny.
Vinny.
If some guy said to me, to another guy, tell that guy how you feel about her, and the first words out of his mouth were literally,
oh, boy.
without you, I'd die. Well, I love you again. Go yourself and die. See what happens.
Another thing that the listeners didn't see, but the woman who was like, oh, Vinny, they ended up hugging and embracing and whatnot. The doc was leaving, and she like got her hand, which was touching Vinny's back, put it on her lips, and then put her hand back on Doc's lips, which is basically kissing him again on the lips while she's embracing her husband, who just won her back.
Wow.
Which is all kinds of wrong, I think.
But did he win her back? That's the question.
It won't last. It
No,
can't.
it's not going to. No way.
All right, guys. We have another clip or two as we play the last clips of season 2. Let's see where this one goes.
Oh, yeah. Ms. O'Brien, you and Mac are in cabin 347 on the... Hey. You all right?
It's an older woman.
Yes, I'm fine.
Looks like she may faint.
Now, if there's any problem, I am the ship's doctor.
No, please. It's just all the excitement. Really, now I'm fine.
I don't know what the hell's going on there.
I don't either, but is he really the ship's doctor? Because I haven't actually seen like an accreditation or anything. And literally the only time he had to do anything, he had to call for backup.
Doc looks like he's scared. He doesn't even know what to do with this woman who seems like she's going to faint.
And also, if you are a doctor, you don't have to say it. You just start doing shit.
Are you okay?
Right?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? You start like putting your hand on the thing, seeing if they have like blood pressure. I'm not even a doctor. I'm just a person, and I know to do those things.
She was an older actress. I think her name's Nanette Fabray, and I think she was in One Day at a Time playing like...
I love how you just randomly come up with these names. I think her name is Annette Prefer.
Nanette Fabray.
Nanette
Fabray. I think she
Fabray.
has a daughter who was an actress, too.
Okay.
I always remember her because of her bad nose job.
Oh, yeah, it's a bad one.
Ever since I was a child. She scared me.
Mm-hmm. It's not that Sissy Spacek had one, but it's like that situation.
Kind of pig-nosed.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Who are we to judge?
Not me, because
Not
look,
me,
I look like
right?
shit right now.
What I'm saying. So where does it go? Where does this scene land? Here we
Is
go.
something wrong?
It's her
We
again.
have good news and good news.
Hey,
The good news is you're not sick.
okay. What's the good news?
Maggie, you're going to have a baby.
What?
What the?
She's
Whoa.
literally 75 years old. That's insane.
Impossible.
I literally know that we've been watching The Love Boat. Everyone is supposed to look like older than they actually are, but I honestly, if they want me to believe this woman is going to be able to have a baby,
Impossible.
Impossible.
The storyline for this is like her and her husband retired, and they finally go off.
They're very retired, Caleb. She's fucking 87 years old.
But she was having a holiday away from their 5 kids, and then she finds out she's pregnant at 85, whatever the freaking however old she is.
No.
Wow.
No. And
You
also,
say there is
if
no
you've had 5 kids and you've been
delivery
pregnant 5 times, how do you not know that you might be pregnant at this point?
Yeah.
Because you know why? Because she's 87 years old and she doesn't think it's possible. This is 1979, correct?
Yes, it is.
We have no IVF, correct? We have no fertility drugs. We have nothing. So they literally want us to believe that this woman is about to have a baby.
Maybe we're missing something.
What are we missing? Because unless people have completely aged differently in the last 70 years, this woman is too old to have a child. Unless she froze her eggs, which also she didn't do.
Hear me out. What if this is a sick experiment by the doc? Perhaps she's not pregnant. Perhaps he's putting eggs into her.
Maybe she's actually really dying and he doesn't want to make her feel bad, so she can just die thinking she's going to have
Or
a baby.
maybe he's experimenting on her.
Could be.
Like trying to make her pregnant when she goes under.
Literally, nothing will surprise me at
office.
this point. Nothing, because now we have a geriatric person giving birth.
He's going to try to make her get.
He's probably going to try her now that he knows that she's viable. Watch.
Maybe he did have sex with her when she was under.
Maybe.
And
That's
now
what happened.
she's going to be pregnant in his mind.
Yeah, and now the good news
sick.
just got even better. The good news is you're not sick. The good news is you're pregnant. The good news is my baby.
And the good news is I'm not paying child support, sucker.
But none of it. You're going to get left off in Acapulco on the next stop, and I'll see you in 25 years.
Is there more? Is there another clip? Producer Caleb, it looks
Please
like
give me...
This one's on me, Mac, to help you celebrate. Isaac, I'll be 76 years old before this kid's on his own.
And there ends season 2.
And you... Okay, so they're 66 years old. They want us to believe that a 66-year-old woman is pregnant. Naturally.
What happens? Producer
this
Caleb,
show has gone completely crazy.
that was the last scene we have. Do you recall what actually happens? Is it a false alarm?
Yeah. So I'll recap episode 25 also. So in episode 25, the two murderers, Rob, you were correct. They're writing a book, and Isaac is obsessed with this murder mystery book. And it turns out that they are the ghostwriters of this, and they find out at the end that, no, we're just writing our next book. And Isaac fangirls because it's, oh my gosh, I love your books. It's amazing.
It's just an autobiography.
The Sonny, he ends up falling for the deaf woman, and they get together. Typical whatever. He goes, hey, screw you, manager. I want to do some more classical rock pop stuff. Not be an edgy rock guy. And then, as we saw, right before episode 27 started with the woman fainting, Doc's ex-wife ends up, rekindling with Vinny happy days. Episode 27, the 66-year-old pregnant woman, as we just saw in the last clip, told her husband, and he's having a full-on panic.
Of course he
But she ended up like talking to him and being like, hey, we've had 5 kids. We can do another one. It's fine. And so he ends up going, yeah, it's fine. Okay, cool. Woohoo. Oh, yeah. And then
college, taxes, diapers, all the things. Let's just do it again.
Older woman Maggie with grown kids worries what husband Mac will say about her pregnancy. So basically,
worries what her husband will say. He did it. Why is she worried?
I don't know. I hate to just leave things like this in a sick...
Well, this is how it's going to end up, because this is where we are.
A sick doc experiment gone wrong where he makes a senior woman have a baby somehow. I'll tell you what, it's like the boat went into the Twilight Zone.
I actually don't know what's more offensive, making senior women have kids or teenagers. At this point, it's just like craziness.
Producer Caleb, you've done well.
Yeah, way well. If that's even the term.
You're in an omnipresent position to be judge and jury. And on that note, wow, I'm exhausted.
I am too. It's been a long day. It's been a long week. But I cannot wait for our viewers to rejoin us for season 3.
Yeah. Season 3.
Awesome.
It's going to be...
I'm ready to go. Got my popcorn ready.
All right, Producer Caleb. Give your patented sign off because everyone wants to hear it.
Everyone.
Thank you guys all for listening. Thank you for listening to season 2. We are so excited for season 3. So make sure you like, subscribe, share with a friend, and we'll see you all next season on the Love
We're
Boat.
sailing away, but we will be back with a new episode of Crime Cruise, Love Boat Exposed. Make sure to subscribe. We're on all your favorite podcast platforms.
We can comment on next
connect
time,
with us
too.
at
I'm good for next Thursday.
loveboatexposed.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure, but I have duties on the bridge. Good evening.
It's from... 3, 2.